The Land Rover Defender OCTA. Land Rover was crazy enough to put a twin-turbo V8 designed by BMW's M division under the hood of this thing, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. We're also gonna talk what this thing is from a technical standpoint, how I feel about the interior space, and obviously what it's like to drive it, so let's get started. Now, I've said it a couple of times already in my reviews, but I'll say it again. I think it's safe to say that we live in a golden era of powerful off-roaders. We have the Bronco Raptor, the G63 AMG, or today's hero, the Defender OCTA. So, what exactly is this thing and how is it different compared to your regular Defender? Well, first of all, it's the most powerful variant positioned above the supercharged V8 model. The OCTA uses BMW's 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, which makes 626 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. It's the S68 engine for you BMW enthusiasts, so it's a hot V layout with a 48-volt mild hybrid system. With that monster under the hood, the OCTA will do 0 to 60 under 4 seconds, which is pretty impressive and wild. Transmission-wise, we still have an 8 HP unit provided by ZF with a 2-speed transfer case, which obviously puts down the power to all 4 wheels. When it comes to chassis, it's a unibody construction with a fully independent suspension front and back, and unique to the OCTA is the 6D dynamic system. What it means is that we have height-adjustable air springs and hydraulically cross-linked adaptive dampers. There's no anti-roll bars, so that 6D setup relies on air springs and dampers to maybe not reduce, but combat pitch and roll. And I can already tell you, this system seems to be working pretty well because OCTA's on-road manners are much better than I expected, but more on that when we get to the driving impressions. Also improved over the standard Defender are articulation and increased suspension travel, so it is much easier to attack those Whole Foods curbs. Other changes include quicker steering, wider front and rear tracks, ride height raised by an inch, upgraded braking system with 6-piston front calipers, and 33-inch tires developed specifically for the OCTA. Lastly, let's talk about pricing. It's not a cheap thing, as you can imagine. The OCTA is only available as a 4-door 110 model, starting at $160,000, and you can get this thing up to $200K if you check all options. It's a little bit more attractive than the G63, but does it drive any better? Well, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. First, let's take a look inside and talk about the interior space. Okay, so we're inside the Defender OCTA. Now, I can already tell you the cabin space doesn't differ much from your standard Defender, but it's a great place. I think Land Rover did a great job with the cabin of the L663 generation. They took a utilitarian approach when designing it, and they blended in both old school design and new school simplicity, and it works. I really like how it looks, and while it's rugged, it doesn't feel cheap. Everything is nice to the touch and well put together. There are different textures and a lot of matte surfaces, so exactly what you need in your utilitarian vehicle. And what's even better is that we still have a decent amount of physical controls, and using this thing isn't frustrating whatsoever. At the same time, the Defender is very practical. You get plenty of compartments for your stuff. The center console is super usable, the door pockets are massive, and thanks to the boxy shape, the trunk is maybe not breathtaking, but pretty practical. We have 36 cubic feet of space behind the second row and 76 after folding it down, so nothing crazy, but enough for all of your Whole Foods, off-road adventures. The front seats are, well, I have mixed feelings. I just got out of the new BMW M5 and the Beamer had amazing seats, very comfortable and very supportive. What we get in the OCTA is pretty hard seats with good support, but not much padding. They are heated and cooled, they have inflatable bolsters, but I was expecting something softer, more comfortable in an off-roader. Now, moving to the back, it's a Defender, so you have a ton of headroom and legroom, and even 3 adults should have no issues fitting back there. There are separate climate controls, USB-C charging ports, so everything you need in a mid-size SUV. Overall, this cabin space is amazing, super practical, very usable, great ergonomics, so now the question is what it's like to drive the OCTA. Well, let's start it up and check it out. A little muffled V8, but we'll see what it's capable of. Okay, so we're behind the wheel of the Defender OCTA. We have BMW's S68 twin-turbo V8 under the hood, 626 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque. So let's see what this bad boy is capable of. We're gonna put it into dynamic mode, transmission in sport. Let's floor it. Whoa, that's scary. Wow. It's such a weird feeling to drive such a powerful, softly tuned SUV with over 600 horsepower. Land Rover is crazy for putting that twin-turbo V8 under the hood, but I love it. I love every single thing about it. First of all, it's the S68, so the engine is incredibly smooth, ultra refined. It revs all the way up to 7,200 RPM, has plenty of low-end torque, and it's just fantastic. The exhaust sound is also pretty nice, not gonna lie. It doesn't seem like there's any fake engine noise pumped into the cabin, so this thing sounds even better than the M5 that I reviewed last week. We obviously have the 8 HP unit on board, which is great. Maybe not ultra fast, maybe not super quick to react, but when it has to be, it is aggressive. When it has to be, it is smooth. So it gives you that great balance of performance and everyday comfort. But and it does an auto upshift for you, so that's a very welcome thing. Now let's quickly talk about driving dynamics. I know it's kind of pointless in the OCTA, but the on-road manners surprised me in a positive way. Again, that's not something you want to toss around corners. This is more for Baja driving, but it doesn't want to flip over. It's not trying to hurt me, so yeah, I'm having some fun. It's a weird sensation because we have massive amount of body roll. We feel the weight of this thing, but I definitely have more confidence driving this than a Bronco Raptor or the Wrangler 392. Because I've upgraded brakes, which are amazing. The pedal is a little soft, but you'll appreciate it when you off-road it. On the road, I wish it had maybe a little bit more bite, but that's totally fine. Alrighty, let's stop this, go back into normal driving mode or auto terrain response, as Land Rover calls it, put it into drive, and let's talk about what it's like to live with the OCTA on a daily basis. It's amazing. It's super comfortable, definitely more comfortable than I expected, and I really like driving this thing. The driving position is super high. You feel like you're the king of the road. Now in the OCTA we have modified suspension, it's been raised, the travel has been raised as well, and this thing does an amazing job on any types of pavement, whether you have choppy pavement, unpaved roads, bumps, potholes, expansion joints, everything. This thing glides over them. Granted, we have all-terrain tires, which are made of softer compound. We have big sidewalls, so that also helps, but it's such an amazing car to live with. If we compare it to the Wrangler 392, that is a body-on-frame construction, which is okay to drive and live on, but this is far, far better, much more refined, easier to drive. There is not much vibration coming inside. There is still a little bit of that off-roady feeling. The steering rack, even though it's quicker in the OCTA, is rather slow. You really have to turn the wheel to make any turns, but the big advantage is that unibody construction, far more comfortable, better packaging. It's also pretty quiet. You can do 80 plus miles an hour on a highway and it's not annoying. It's very well isolated, despite the fact that we don't get laminated side windows. I know I talk about it in my reviews, but I've noticed so many times that that actually helps with wind noise, and yeah, this thing is just so awesome. You can totally take it on long road trips, live with it, and even though it doesn't have that supercharged V8, that S68 made by BMW also has some character. Land Rover did a very good job with this generation Defender, and JLR as a company should be studied because Jaguar's not doing too hot, but their SUVs are, right? We have plenty of those Defenders on the roads, plenty of Range Rover Sports, big boy Range Rovers, Evokes, Velars, so I think they should just focus on SUVs because they're doing an amazing job. The Defender has been one of my favorite off-roader SUVs. I've driven all variants of it and I really like it. And this Octa model just makes you feel special. You know you're not driving your generic SUV. It has very nice interior, has great outside design. People look around when they see it, so if you like attention, that's for you. And yeah, it's just a shame that vast majority of buyers of the Octa will not use it to its full potential, but hey, they can do whatever they want. So with that, let's head into the final thoughts and summarize this thing. I figured we could have a little bit more fun on a loose gravel. So let's put this thing into Octa mode. We have to hold this button. Transmission into sport. Now, I love driving on road and attack corners, but this is also pretty fun. It's so easy to control this thing. The rear end dances a little bit, so that's so cool. It's not a rally car, obviously, but yeah. Definitely different experience if we compare it to driving on road. One of those days I really have to get into off-roading because it can be just as fun. Now obviously you're not gonna use all of those 626 horsepower, but doing like a high-speed Baja course in this probably would be a blast. Maybe one day. Anyways, just a quick add-on to the review, so now let's head into the final thoughts and summarize it. Okay, so let's sum up the Defender Octa. This thing makes absolutely zero sense, but I love it. It's insanely fast and gives you something that many cars lack these days: emotions. I mean, you can truly feel like you're driving something special and something that is very capable. Plus, we have BMW's powertrain, and as we all know, BMW makes one of the best power units in the world, so I'm missing the 5-liter V8 that the supercharged variant has, but this is also pretty badass. Now, truth be told, probably only, 1% of Octa's buyers were using to the full potential, and those cars will probably be just sitting in Whole Foods parking lots, but if you have 160 plus grand to spend on an off-roader and you want something cool, get the Octa, you're not gonna regret it. Anyways, if you guys have any questions about this thing, drop a comment and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all later.